right, so my name is Will Mitchell. I work at OnSIP, I'm lead developer. And if you don't know OnSIP, we're a hosted SIP service with full WebRTC support. So what I'm going to demo today is a little WebRTC app that I threw together that tackles a use case that we see a lot of people coming to us with. You might know it from such famous apps as Famous for Money. Presented earlier, it's the sort of situation where you have a group of people and you want to call some other people based on some premium service. And we've seen it with life coaching apps. People want to call a coach and talk to them for a session for some amount of money. And the problem we see with that a lot of times is that when you have an app like that, you have to trust either the service or the person you're talking to so that you can pay them later or pay them up front and know that they'll actually keep talking to you. So I thought, wouldn't it be cool if we could use Bitcoin to eliminate that trust? And it turns out you can. There's a mechanism where both parties can set up a pool of cash to spend at the beginning of the call, and then as the call goes on, negotiate how much of that pool will be sent from one person to the other. And then when the call is over, you just take the latest transaction and spend that one. So it's a way to set it up where neither party has to trust that the other one will not abscond with their cash. So to set this up, the first step was to get a Bitcoin client up that I could talk to from the browser. And I decided to use SIP for that rather than a REST API because while a REST API would be simple, immediately when I set out on this project, I was thinking of other things besides WebRTC. What if a soft phone could integrate this? What if you could provide an interface for SMS or the PSTN that you could still call into the same endpoint and make sort of Bitcoin applications using the same Bitcoin endpoint. So this part of the demo doesn't really look like much. It's just going to run the node server, which connects to Bitcoin, and you'll see some SIP packets go out where it's registering itself as an endpoint that it can be reached on. And then it's doing lots of stuff. Oh, I think the browsers are connecting to it as well. So you can see that it's also connected to the peers right there. One of one peers, just running the background. So it's now registered. So the other part of this is the front end. And I'll admit, for time constraints and network connectivity issues, this is not actually going to the Bitcoin network right now. So the numbers you see here are just fake numbers. I gave myself 100 Bitcoin because nice round numbers are easy. So the way that this works is that one person in a browser goes to a page. Maybe they want to see their Bitcoin balances and the addresses that they have. They can do that. But then they want to call somebody. So the easiest thing they could do is call somebody for free. And these are just pre-configured addresses that I put there, kind of to showcase the WebRTC aspect. Let's see if this can connect over the network.
For more information about OnSIP,
so that's our OnSIP number calling over WebRTC. But that's not very exciting. The exciting thing is if you want to get paid to talk. So I want to get paid to talk. And I'm going to charge 30 Bitcoins a minute. I'll go and register. And I don't think there's actually going to be any more sound. But thanks. So you can see as I did that, through a combination of a SIP registration and messages, the other endpoint was able to discover that that person is available to talk to. So now it's as simple as a click to start talking to that person. And you'll see after ICE negotiates that it'll show up on the other browser, be automatically accepted. And in just a moment, you should see the video. So it's me talking to myself. And you can see that if I stand away from it, one endpoint is collecting Bitcoin from the other as the call goes on. And then as soon as the call is over, the trusted transactions make it so that neither person has to worry about the other one running away. It's just there. So that's the demo, basically.